Okay, we were at the Found and Cherished Resale Thrift Store at 3151 Howland Boulevard in Deltona. Hello friends, today I'm going to take you with me as I go to some thrift stores here around the area where I live. And so this is going to be a new feature on my channel. I am back to driving after 3 years and being into stores for the first time after 3 years. Okay, so I've got my mask, okay, because I need this for my health reasons, and but we're going to have fun. So we're going to look for some things that I can go and put in my Etsy shop, Pioneer Fundraiser, and I'm going to look for some things for crafting, and hopefully I'm really excited. I'm hoping I can find an Edith Holden book today. Wouldn't that be exciting? Oh, I just can't wait. So come along with me on this ride as we go to the thrift stores. Okay, here we are at the thrift store in Deltona. Okay, here's our little thrift find. When I get home, I'll show you what we found. Okay, we were at the Found and Cherished Resale Thrift Store at 3151 Howland Boulevard in Deltona. Okay, so now here's what I found today at the thrift store. And I wanted to show you that lovely little thrift store. The other thrift stores in the area, one did not have anything, and it's right next to a cigar store, and I'm allergic to smoke and tobacco items, and so it reeked of that. You know how like if you go into a store next to a nail salon, they just can't help it. It goes through the whole system. But I found some really wonderful things at this little thrift store. I love it. I'm so happy. So now it is my absolute favorite thrift store in our little town. So I found puzzles, and you know, if you're following me on Instagram, I am putting puzzles together. And so I found so many beautiful puzzles. I love this one. Isn't that just a darling little scene of the country store? Everything vintage, 1,000 pieces. And I don't know if all the pieces are there or not. I just said, well, you know what? I'll go for it. And the prices were really very, very reasonable. And I found this beautiful Thomas Kincaid album, and it was only $1. And all the proceeds, I don't know if it's all the proceeds or how it works. Anyway, there's a birthing center next door, or a support birthing, something to do with birthing anyway. And it's for women who are high-risk pregnancy, so I love supporting this particular thrift store. And so what I like to use these albums for, if you have seen me on my channel, is I like to store my finished embellishments in them. So like this one in particular, for instance, was the ones that I did my little heart series of embellishments, fabric hearts. And then I have different size photo albums. This one I had gotten off of as a freebie from scrapbook.com. Just a 4x6, so I made tags. So these are journal cards, altered recipe cards. So your albums are a perfect way to store your finished embellishment projects. So this one, I loved this size. Isn't this great? So I mean, I can get probably a 6x6 album covers in here. Beautiful. I have signatures. I can make signatures and pop them in the pockets. So right away when I saw this, I said, okay, that's it. I'm grabbing it. It's going home with me. And then they had this cute little darling Peter Pan Rabbit keepsake photo album book. Again, this one was $2. And I just loved all of this. Just imagine this page. I could even scan this onto cardstock, and then I can still use it. So both of these pages I could scan it. And then I could fussy cut this as well if I want to, but I'm going to scan it first. So I'm going to that will be my first step, and my recommendation to you if you were to find something like this. So I'm just going to go through and scan all the little images first of all. And then I will scan them onto either the matte photo paper or the white cardstock, and then I'll laminate one side. But I mean, it's just full of darling little images. Look at this page. The Tale of Mr. Jeremy Fisher, The Tale of Johnny Town Mouse, Timothy Tiptoes, and Peter Rabbit. So I absolutely was just over the moon. Tom Kitten, Appley Dapley's Nursery Rhymes, Benjamin Bunny, and Flopsy Bunny. Cute, cute, cute. So it puts the little character's name from her books, which is so darling. I didn't even really look through it at the store, obviously. I just grabbed it. I was happy, happy, happy with it. So right away I said, oh, I knew. I said, this is going to be a beautiful embellishment book. Okay, so that was the book. And then I have another puzzle. And they did have the company CEACO, CEACO, that I purchased my puzzles from, and I got them on sale for $4.99. I got back into putting puzzles together, which is very good for your brain health and focus and concentration, all that kind of thing. Now, I mean, I can just find the pieces a lot faster than I was in the very beginning, which was like my brain was like, what are you doing to me? So isn't this one, look at this scene. Oh, it's so darling. Absolutely. I just, you know, it's a country, and when you look outside, it's obviously like a winter, fall kind of thing. There's no leaves on the trees, and there's all these like little candles or something hanging off the tree, and it looks like a little fireplace, campfire outside, fireplace inside. So it's just really, really precious. I just love this. So 2 puzzles, a children's Peter Rabbit book, a keepsake album, and then a photo album. So that was my find. Now the other, and I told you at the beginning and the end where this particular one is located. So I gave you the address, the street, the name of it. So if you're in the area and you want to swing by, then this is a really, really nice little thrift store. You'll definitely will not be disappointed, and the prices are fantastic. So I did swing by one that used to be my favorite in the area, which is called Heart and Home in Orange City, Florida, but they were a big disappointment. So since the pandemic, they've raised their prices, and it's more commercialized, kind of like what Goodwill did. And I did go through their whole book section looking for any, thing that I could use, and believe it or not, there really was not a lot that I wanted, and I just didn't want to take my time with. But I'm looking for more really vintage books. I really want vintage books. If they would have had like any, Peter Rabbit, Beatrix Potter, or Edith Holden, of course I would have grabbed those in a heartbeat. And any other vintage storybooks, Mother Goose, things along that line, I would have picked up, but they didn't have any. So I was in and out of there quick. And then the one next to the cigar store, my husband went in, and he came back out, and he went like this. And so he's like, I said, because that's what we do. He knows if he goes in first. And but I will be doing this. So our next little outing will be to DeLand next Thursday. He's trying to talk me into going with him to New Smyrna. Today he needs to give an estimate to a client. So if I can get some energy back, I will have to eat my dinner, and then I could go with him. And they have some fabulous thrift stores over there in New Smyrna area. They have a hospice, which the hospice by us closed in Orange City, so I don't know if that one stayed open. I'm going to Google it before I decide to go with him or not. But my best energy is in the morning. So, and I drove today. Yay! So I'm just exactly now worn out, but I'm going to go relax on the couch, and I think I'll have him take me over to New Smyrna another day, which will be in the morning. So look for this as a regular feature now on my channel every Thursday, and then Tuesdays and Saturdays will be project days. And and I just wanted to say, for the 18 people who happened to watch my last video that I actually took down, I felt so embarrassed and ridiculous because I was just kind of like so exhausted, and I was kind of embarrassed because I had cried, and then it just threw my mental focus and everything off, and I was just saying all kinds of silliness. So I was like, you know what? That's not me. Please forgive that just, complete rambling outburst of I don't even know what. So that is not going to happen again. I mean, if I have to tape my mouth shut or just not even have my talking in my videos, but on a day that I'm more emotional, I just won't record. So anyway, thank you for the 18 who did watch it, who stuck with me, and I gained a new subscriber with all that craziness. Oh my word. So I will do a new video on something, but you've already seen the mini tassels. Like I said, the 18 that did see it. So thank you so much. And I'm just grateful for every single one of you. We're getting closer and closer, 149 subscribers away from 1,000. That was my goal. And it doesn't matter how long it's going to take me to get there, but I couldn't do it without you, and I'm creating this channel for you. And I just love creating. I love sharing with you, and I hope you're going to enjoy these thrift stores that I'll be going to. And then that way, if you're ever in Florida and in my area, then you'll be able to look them up and know, okay, these are ones that I've been to. Now, I didn't get to record inside the store today, so I have to make arrangements with that ahead of time with the owner of the store, because the manager didn't have that authority, which I understood. But it was a really cool thing because the manager of the store happened to be an owner of a store in DeLand that was called Somewhere in Time that closed due to the pandemic. And so I had called there yesterday, and when he answered the phone, I said, boy, that voice sounds familiar. But then when I went in today and he was right there, I said, Jim! So we caught up. It was fun. And he has a lot of stuff from his store that he's been doing with garage sales, so he's going to have another one, I think he said, in next month. So he got our number, and he's going to text us and let us know when. So I'm excited about that. Oh, he has some really good stuff. And lots of what I bought from him, I put in my Pioneer Fundraiser Etsy shop. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he has. But we're going to make some cool little ephemera out of this, and we're going to make some cute little projects out of these little images. So stay tuned for that. And the next crafting video will be with that other paper bag album. And I've come up with a cool theme with that. So it's going to be a vintage children's storybook theme. Okay, so that's the whole little album will be themed with that. So it's going to be made out of those things. And I used a vintage Mother Goose little golden books. So if you have any of your little golden books, vintage ones, grab those, and that's what we're going to use for that next video, which will be on Saturday. All right, so thank you for being here with me today. Thank you for understanding, and I will see you in the next Saturday tutorial video. Stay safe, keep creating in the sunshine. Bye-bye.